Look over here.
You're not David.
I'm not?
No.
I'm shook.
Much less manly.
Well, not
Well,
much.
yes.
A little.
A little bit.
Dad.
But hello, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome to
Look over here.
our exclusive companion series, where we are diving into the looks from episode 4 of season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm Logan River, say something gay. I've got some water over here. I've got a little bit of iced coffee left in my new Kori King tumbler. It's very stimulating for my neurospicy ass. And it's very pretty to look at. I also have, as per usual recently, my RuPaul's Drag Race Live fan sponsored by Las Vegas. There we go. And as I showed off in the recap, I'm also wearing my Perla hat that finally came in. Yay!
Yes.
But it looks much better if I wear it like this for the recap. So that is what I will be doing here on this occasion here today. But I also have always my cup mug. Boo. You can get your cup mug and all of our other merch at lanajcreations.etsy.com. That link is down in the description below. We do ship domestically within North America and internationally, so there are no excuses. Unless there are some excuses, then there are some excuses because there are some excuses.
And hi, I'm River, your Brazilian correspondent here on the cup. And today it is still very hot, so I'm just drinking some water out of my biggest mug because the thirst is real.
Trust,
I'm
I
excited
know
to talk about these looks, though. I'm
very, very excited. We're going to talk about some beautiful quilted looks on this week of RuPaul's Drag Race. If you did not check out our recap, make sure to go check that out. David and I dived into this lovely commercial challenge that we got this episode, all of the drama, and don't forget the Ella. Except I would like to forget about her look in this episode. We'll talk about it. But we're going to dive into these looks. Before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time, giving you almost all things drag race, drag interviews, drag con, everything in between. Make sure to check out all of our drag con UK videos as well, because David is putting so much work into them. So thank you in advance. And make sure to check out the description below, where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon as well. So without further ado, River, I think it is time for us to go to the runway. Ew. Category is quilted for your pleasure.
I love this background. I wish someone had the mixed print like this.
Right. We got one person that came close to a mixed print. We'll talk about her. And she had a great look. So first up on the runway, Lydia Butthole Kollins.
Yeah, for this runway, I was like, do I only take into consideration like the quilted part, or do I also consider like the for your pleasure? Because is it supposed to be like quilted, but also like kind of sexy?
I think it's just
you know
quilted.
What I mean?
I think it's
okay.
I think the brief was probably just quilted.
Okay. But that's what I thought. But I was like, okay, but for the girls that took the extra step and did something that was like a little bit more like sexy or adjacent, I was like, okay, I see it. I saw that and I took notes. Not Lydia though, but I do love this look. I do love that she always does something like that is very her, like it's just a very specific perspective, and I like that I can always tell. If I didn't see the face, I would be able to tell that this is Lydia. You know what I mean? If it was just the outfit, not the face. I really, really enjoyed this. You know that I like too much, and when it works, and for me, this works. The one thing that I wish though is that the colors had a little bit more contrast with each other, so that it would pop a little bit more. You can see it in this picture, but she's wearing like a neon pink pump. So I wish that maybe like the little ruffly things that were tying around her leg were maybe like that same pink, so it would like pop a little bit more. But honestly, I really like this. I didn't expect to, but I was like, this kind of works
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this from Lydia. She talked on Instagram about how this was literally made from a thrift store
Hmm.
duvet. And I kind of
I live.
love, I love especially that she took that inspiration and really ran with it. I really like it. I like the silhouette that we have going on here because it's chaos and it's a lot going on, but then still like we've clearly got a nice shape, good body. I like the pillow situation going on. The one thing I don't love is just how bunched up the legs are. I wish the segmenting of it was a little bit longer. Because unfortunately, it does make her look a little bit shorter than she is. And Lydia does have a really nice statuesque presence on the runway in a lot of what we've seen so far. I would say, especially last week in the design challenge, I really, really enjoyed that look. This look I enjoy, but there were a few things that I wish would have popped a little bit better and would have added to the overall ensemble. But overall, not too bad.
Mhm.
Guys,
83.
85. Next up on the runway, Lana Ja'rae.
I gotta say, I really love this. The color combination is really, really cool. It's really popping. It works. There are I because I love colorful stuff, and like this is too much in the best way. It's so fashion. But there are very small things that I was like, oh, if this was, you know what I mean? Like the colors is blue, green, orange, and purple. But then in the hair, instead of purple, she has pink. So like I wish the pink in the hair was the purple on the outfit. And then what really threw me off was the white in the middle. I wish that part was quilted in like a Dolly Parton coat of many colors style of quilt with the four colors. Like
Mhm,
just the corset part was that, and then the rest was like the way that she had. Um,
mhm.
and then the bottom, the green part, I wish it was the same that it would have been in the white part, like that colorful quilted, and without that little bow. That little bow, for some reason, really bothered me so much. Like I don't get the bow, but overall, it's fashion, and she looks great.
This didn't work for me, unfortunately.
Okay, I see that.
There's a lot of elements that I really like about this. The boot cover quilted green situation going on with the leg of the shoe, that is my favorite part of this look. I actually it shouldn't work, but for some reason it does. I think the color just really pops on her skin, and then we've got this lovely orange bow on there as well. It's simple, it's a nice detail. I really, really like it. um the rest of it just feels a little clunky for me. It feels like there's a lot going on. My eye doesn't really land on anything because there's so many different colors happening. You've got a mix of like these really, really bright, warm tone, like the orange, and it's even like a really warm toned purple that she has going on. And then you've got these like cool toned blues and greens that are going on. And then you're throwing this like neon pink in there. The color scheme didn't really work for me. And I think that's ultimately what hinders the look for me a little bit. um, the mug is great as always. This hairstyle, I like this hairstyle. I don't think it works in this look for Lana, but I do like it. It reminds me a lot of the wig, one of the wigs that Candy Muse wore on season 13. It was like the final five wig where she had that
Hmm.
like deep blunt bang with the side thing going on. I like that style. I just think it adds too much to the chaos of the look, and I don't think it aids it really well. I absolutely agree with you about the white part in the middle as well. I feel like it's too many different ideas going at it all at once. But what I will say is the garment itself is very well constructed and very well executed, and I think she modeled it really well. So my score is not going to be like horribly low. It just didn't work for me, unfortunately.
Hmm. Hmm.
Of course.
82.
I gave her a 63.
I see that.
Next up, the quilted Pop-Tart herself, Joe, and don't forget the Ella, but I would like to forget that this look ever happened.
It's Glory Hole Couture. Well, I thought it was couture. I'm
It's
just kidding. No, it's not. It's not. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to use that reference. It's not.
No.
It's not. And like, here's the thing. Could this have worked in a camp way with a few changes? Maybe.
Yes.
Yes, with a bigger
Yes.
hole for the face. And if she had, because she has like the feet coming out, which is
Yeah.
really stupid, and I love it. If she had her hands coming out of the side looking like tiny hands, it would have been
Yep.
so funny and so stupid. And if we could see, like, if the hole was bigger, I wanted a bigger hole. I'll say that.
That I've heard that about you.
Well, you know, it's the word on the street. But when she turned around, I was like, no, absolutely not. I can't. No, no. It was giving that mini challenge where I don't remember the season, but where they had to paint a mural of Rue and one of
It was
Dolly.
14. It was
Do you
season
remember that?
14.
It looked
Yeah.
very much like that.
It was also giving me the mini challenge from season 5 where they had to lip sync, but only their mouth was showing.
Only the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was
back when we did all of the not PC RuPaul songs for that.
Oh. Right. I appreciate the camp of this.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where it stops. That's it.
This could have worked. I agree with you completely. I think the camp of this, I think it's so stupid. She is going to go down. She's going to be known for this look. Like, this is the only look.
Bad. We're gonna remember this.
It's iconically tragic. It is a tragic look. There's a lot that could have made this work, though. I think, honestly, if you had just cinched it and given a little bit of body under there, I think that could have worked. I think if you had a fun shoe with it, I think it would have worked. I think if she had done any kind of reveal other than turning around to a RuPaul mural, I think it could have worked. Like, imagine if she had done the RuPaul thing, and then revealed it to a quilted catsuit underneath. Because I'm going to be honest, the catsuit she wore in the lip sync was cute. I wasn't mad at the catsuit. But if it had been quilted, that would have been like, oh, okay, you were a quilt and now you're quilted. Like, that camp makes more sense to me. Even if it's not even the hot pink bodysuit underneath, if it's the same shade of pink, but it's literally just that, but she went from being the quilt to being quilted in this same kind of fabric, that would have worked. I would have lived for that.
Yeah.
This, as was presented to us, is nothing of the sort.
No.
So.
Nope. Sorry. Next.
Scores.
Very that. Look, because I appreciate the camp and because it fits the prompt, it's a 50.
Okay. I appreciate the camp much less than you do. I am giving Joella a 6.
All right.
Yeah. Next up, Arrietty.
I'm so upset. Because this had so much potential. And how did this girl that has so much attention to detail did not notice that little white line of quilting was not going to show on this printed fabric? Because technically, in the close-up, we could see that it actually was quilted, but it doesn't look like it is on the runway. So to me, it really took it down because the look is fantastic. This is so sickening.
Yeah.
I love the hair, like the fact that she had the matching glasses, the asymmetry of like the one shoulder. It's great as a look. And she also fit the theme of like for your pleasure, because she had like the black latex under it, so it's kind of giving that, like, it could have been so good. But
Yeah.
if I can't see it, it's it really took it down. I was like, I rewinded this so many times to try to clock and see if the fabric was quilted because I liked the look so much. And I couldn't clock it until they showed Untuck, I think, and she was like really close, and I could see it on the head piece that it was quilted. Like, oh, okay. But her makeup, I will say, is great. I love her makeup.
Yeah.
I don't know what is happening. I love the makeup. The black like splash that she did, so cool. So cool. It was a really great look. It didn't translate.
That's exactly how I feel about it. As a look, completely separate from the category. As a look, this is one of the most unique and stunning things I've seen on Drag Race in a while. Like, I'm really, really impressed with this. Even down to the cuff of the pant on this pantsuit being in that same fabric. I absolutely love it. Again, we're seeing subtle but very important references to Arrietty's culture here. Like, this is a very it's a Mexican print, and I'm very familiar with prints like this as well growing up in Arizona. So I absolutely loved it. I immediately really responded positively to it. Unfortunately, it's just not as quilted as I would like it to be. And that's just the unfortunate part of it. But I love the structural elements of this like kind of this side piece that comes up to the face and then having this like part of the like half updo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a half. I can only do one side because it's a half updo.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm like
And on the
obsessed with
opposite
it.
side of the shoulder thing, which is
And I love the way it's such a good look. It's such a good look. It just there was a
it
little
makes
bit
me
of
mad. It
quilting.
makes me mad.
It makes me mad because she executed it so well. She looked so good. Ah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Also, I'm gonna say it again. Fuck Michelle for telling her to change her makeup.
Truly.
That
Period.
and that's on what? Let's not make it. They're trying not to make the alternative girls change their makeup all the time, but not making the beauty mug girls change their makeup. Thank you. Can we get some?
Yeah. Praising Susie's makeup on the same breath that you were criticizing Arrietty's is wild to me. So wild. Crazy talk. Anyway.
Scores.
Okay. Look. Because it doesn't fit the prompt, I
Yeah.
gave it a sensible 74.
I also gave it a sensible 74 for the exact same reason.
See, our brains.
Our brains. Now, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Jules Speckle.
I love this color combination. The blue with the orange hair always will work for me. I love it. I like the silhouette of this. My favorite part of the look is the shoulder and neck piece thing. And I really like the shape of the sleeve as well. I think it's very interesting that it's just like it's kind of a puff sleeve, but not really. But like the puff is on the like below the elbow, not on. It's interesting to me. And I love the hair as well, like the not just the color, but like the styling of the hair.
Mm-hmm.
I like this, but I wish it was a little bit more or it told a story. Like it's just this is just good, a good, solid, clean look. But it doesn't really say anything. You know what I mean? It's just pretty.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. This is 2 weeks in a row now for me with Jules, where I'm finding that there are some slight fit issues with her garments on the runway. Because I had a similar issue, and it's this like halter bustier situation in both looks. In the pantsuit she wore last week, and in this look, like the corset doesn't. Yeah, the corset does not fit. It's not sized properly. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is with it. But it was doing that like rocking back and forth thing on the runway. I don't particularly love that about it. I like that we're seeing something a bit edgier from Jules, and that is what she talked about on social media, like wanting to add something a bit edgier to her package. And I do appreciate that. This doesn't feel like a Jules look for me, though. That's the thing. I don't see Jules in this at all. She's obviously in the garment, but I'm not loving the ensemble on her. What I am loving is the shoulder neck piece, this like folded quilted fabric situation of it. That I really enjoy and appreciate. The silhouette is inherently Jules, but the way that everything is put together for me, it just doesn't really work for me. Unfortunately.
No, I see how I see what you mean when you say like it is good, but it doesn't scream Jules. I see
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm not.
Definitely.
And I appreciate diversity and versatility in your Drag Race package. I really, really do. But I think if this was in another color, I think I would understand it. If it was in like a
Maybe like a
pastel,
baby blue or a turquoise.
yeah, like I think a turquoise embellishment would have been great with this. I think
Instead
turquoise
of the black, right?
instead of the black
Maybe.
or something.
Yeah.
I just want something that screams a little bit more Jules to me. This color and this hair, it gives like if they did the partner makeover challenge where they had to make over the other contestant on the show and it was her, and like if this was Arrietty's
I
dress
was gonna
or
say it's
something,
giving
like
Jules spice, not Jules sparkles. You know what I mean?
100%, absolutely.
Very that.
But she looks pretty, and I love this mug on her. So overall, unfortunately, the ensemble doesn't work as a whole for me, but it's clean, it's polished, it's well put together. It's a very well constructed garment. It just doesn't
And
work
it's
for me
quilted.
as a whole.
So
And it's quilted. Thank you, Jules.
thank
Scores.
you. A solid 80.
I gave her a 77. Next up, Hormona Lisa.
I love this. I love it. I love the color palette. The shades of each color that she picked is absolutely perfect with each other. Like it just works. I know this is inspired by Dolly, Coat of Many Colors, and I love the reference. It's been done before and it's been done well, and this is different but just as good as what Monet did for. Was it All Winners? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different but still very good and very Hormona because she is very like pink pastel, like girly kind of. So I really like that she kind of changed it a little bit to fit her drag style and drag persona. Um, Overall, I wish the hair was bigger, but especially because this is a Dolly reference, the hair needs to be bigger. I like the styling of the wig, but the proportion needed to be bigger. That is literally the only thing the only umbrage that I have with this look is I want a bigger hair. She looks great.
And it's something I've noticed with the looks we've gotten from Hormona so far is that a lot of the looks, like the look is good and big and grand. The hair doesn't always match that level of grandiosity that I want. That would be the only critique I have as well, because otherwise I am absolutely obsessed with this look.
I want this. I want to make this for me.
Oh, I would love to like just I would go to Trader Joe's in this look, like Raja would say.
Yeah.
But no, I think I love that we're getting a Dolly reference. I love Coat of Many Colors. So I immediately got that from this look as well. The color palette is so good. It still screams Hormona, while also giving some diversity. And that was one of the things I was worried about coming into the season with Hormona, because everything we saw when we did our Instagram review was pink. Like it was pink, 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 and a lot of pink. I'm glad we're seeing a lot of different things from her. And I really, really like this look. The shape on this is great. The puff sleeve is gorgeous. Overall, it's a really well done ensemble.
The color palette is giving Barbie. Like
100%.
Malibu Barbie, or like Polly Pocket, very that.
Very that. Scores.
93.
87. Next up, Crystal motherfucking Envy.
This was so good. that I was mad at the things that I was noticing, and I was like, but it could have been. ah, mm. Like maybe it's because I hate beige. Maybe that's it. Because it
Okay.
is really great. But the one
Yeah.
thing that I wish it could have kept with the like the champagne color on the outside and the red
Mhm.
inside. I like that because I was thinking like maybe if it was opposite like the colors, but no. I
Oh
like the
no.
gag of like the red reveal. That is more
Yeah.
impactful. But I think it would have looked a lot better if when she had it closed,
Hmm.
it's not a belt, but like the waist part that is a like a, there's separate seams there. I wish that was red, so it kind of looked like a
Mm,
belt, so that it would give a little bit more dimension to the coat. Because with it being all champagne and just the red in the bottom and the face, it was a little. It threw me off a little bit. I don't know. I felt like it was missing something, you know. Um, but besides that, I again because it's so big, the hair needed to be taller. Like I wanted more volume in it because it becomes heavy if like the hair is not small, but in comparison to the size of the dress, it looks small on the runway. Um, and so it kind of makes her head look small. So it's like it looks weird.
yeah.
But I wish she would have not taken the coat off because I liked when she opened it and revealed, and what she's wearing underneath is great and is also like puffed and quilted. But I wish she would have just walked with the coat like half off the way that she is in this picture instead of taking
Hmm.
it off and carrying it.
Hmm.
That's the one part that I didn't like. Um, I wish she would have kept it on.
You wanted her to keep it on, please?
I wanted her to keep it on, please. Yes. And I wanted a red belt. That's all.
I understand completely, but I don't give a fuck. I love this look. I
I
love this
know.
look. This was my favorite look of the night. It was tied very, very closely between two looks for me. I love this color combination. I think this champagne and this red just are so, so good. It's giving me envy. Like it really gives like the embodiment. She could be the embodiment of envy as a seven deadly sin, and I would say yes,
When you look up envy
absolutely.
in the dictionary, it's this picture.
When you look up envy in the dictionary, it is Crystal. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this.
It is stunning. With all that I said, like it is stunning. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Scores.
92.
98.
Mm, mm.
Next up, Suzanne Elizabeth Toot.
Okay. I did like that she changed her makeup a little bit to fit the outfit that she's wearing. I don't think
Yes.
her makeup from the week before I don't think would have looked bad with this outfit. I just feel like this
Yes.
looks better
Yeah.
for this. And but honestly, this is fine. Like this is it's a well constructed garment. It is quilted. It looks nice. Um it didn't really move me. It didn't really the impact was not that big on me. I
That's
do
fair.
like the hair with the I don't know the name of this, but like the head pieces, like the things coming out of the hair,
Yeah.
whatever that is. It looks
Yeah.
like horns, but it's not horns. But that
Yeah.
detail, I like it. I'm kind of neutral on it. Like it's good, but it's not giving me much other
Fair.
than pretty. You know,
Fair.
beautiful things.
Um, yeah, I love that this was like equally Lord of the Rings, and then as Carson talked about on the runway, it was this like crazy quilt phase from the early 20th century. Um, and so it still fits in the Suzie Tootiverse,
Hmm.
but gives like a classy, almost modern interpretation. I just think Susie is so smart.
Yeah.
Like this look is so smart. I really, really enjoy it. I love that despite everything that went on the runway with Arrietty and Suzie and all the makeup things, I am glad that we're seeing something a little bit different from Suzie in the makeup. I like this softer makeup on Suzie. I like her other makeup too. And as I've said on the podcast several times, I think if you look at her makeup now, her makeup is a very nice blend of this kind of softer paint and her like Betty Boop 20s 30s inspired kind of rounded situation.
Even her promo makeup is beautiful.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, as David and I talked about in the recap too, there's someone we just saw on TV on Drag Race in La Bea Vampi who does this style and does it very, very cleanly for for herself. And she blends a very classic soft mug with these kind of like upturned rounded edges. And that's what Suzie has done now. And I'm really, really glad to see it. The one thing that doesn't work for me in this look is the hair. I wish the hair had a bit more volume to it in the top, just to give it a little bit. If she's going for like Elven Lord of the Rings kind of situation, I just wanted a little bit more bump in the wig to match everything else that was going on. But I love the cuff that she has. All of the like headpiece detailing is really cool. The garment is well made. A very, very solid execution for Miss Toot on this here occasion. Scores.
79.
82. I'm sorry, 82. 82.
Yes.
Next up, Sam Star.
Bitch. I love that the dress and everything is so glamorous, and then she's just carrying a huge teddy bear. Like it's so stupid, it's so camp and glamorous. Like I know that this is inspired by the Victor and Rolf. I think it's mid 2000s, like 4 or 5.
It's the same Victor and Rolf reference that's been made about 40,000 times on Drag Race at this point.
But this is done very well. I really enjoyed the way that she did it, and she did it differently. Like I said, with the teddy bear, she gave it a different perspective, and the dress itself is so glamorous. I love just the dress. I will say, I wish that the hair and the pillow were different colors so that we could see all of the beautiful work that is in this wig and the hair. Like, why is it the same color? I don't get it. And I just wish the pillow wasn't so square, and it felt a little bit more like fluffy, more like a pillow. It's just very like TV. You know what I mean? Like cardboard. But besides that, like this is so good. Like, hello?
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for me in this is the dress is so good, and everything else ruins the ensemble for me a little bit. I love the dress. I love the big zipper down the front. I think that's such a fun detail. The garment is so impeccably made. Like, garment alone, standalone garment. This is my favorite garment that was on the runway this evening. Right. But for me, the hair being the same color as the pillow really throws it off. I don't like the accessories that are going on here. I don't think the earring works with this. I like the teddy bear. I just think like this reference has been done to death, and there was nothing unique and different about this interpretation by Sam other than the fact that the garment is impeccably made. I agree with the pillow as well. It doesn't look like a pillow. It looks like a rectangle. It looks like a white rectangle with some blue ruffles on the edge. So ultimately, the styling and the execution really, really throws off what is otherwise an incredible garment.
And I like that. I know that the reference has been done before, but I feel like for this category, it's a smart choice to go with the reference. The execution.
Category. I just think it's a little boring. It's very predictable.
It is a little like florals for spring, groundbreaking. It is a little that. A little.
Blanket for the quilted runway, groundbreaking. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scores.
I still, when it's good, it's good. I still gave it a 90.
If I was judging this on the garment alone, it would have been a full cup. Everything else throws it off for me so much. I gave Sam a 78.
Okay, that's fair. I love
Next
when we are
up,
not on the same page because we usually we're
know.
like agree on
I
everything, and
know.
I love when it's
Thank
I live.
God for
Okay,
that. Thank God for that.
right?
Next up, Acacia Forgot.
Okay, I feel very different ways about this because when you look into the details, it's good. Like this is
Yeah.
a well constructed garment. I love the detail on the hair, like that she put all of that like crochet. I don't know if it's crochet or whatever that is. Like the grandma thing that the grandmas put in their houses. No shade, that's a compliment. I live
Yeah.
the detail in the hair. It's the same thing that she has on the sleeves, right? That fabric. I love the sleeves, but I don't think the sleeves go with the dress. I like the
Mm,
dress, and the fabric of the dress, but the bib is killing it for me. I hate this. I hate this bib. It's
mm,
when I saw it in Untuck like closer, and I could see like the design that is on the white part. It just I can't. But
mm.
besides the bib, I like the dress. The print is beautiful. I just don't think the sleeve goes with the dress, and I don't know. I don't know. It's and everything is kind of the same color, so like it's just when you look at it, it's just like a beige silhouette. I lose
Mm.
all of the details because there's no contrast again. So I lose the details, and the details are the best part of this outfit. So I'm kind of, you know,
Yeah.
flip flop, kind of.
Yeah. I actually really like this look. I understand exactly what you're saying. I absolutely get it. I think it all somehow works for me in an interesting way. It's like several shades of beige, but somehow it really, really does work for me. I love as well that she was talking about how this is made by um, quilts and accessory pieces from her mom, her grandma, and her great grandma. Like, I love how
Hmm.
personal this look is. I like that the entire bodice of the garment is kind of this white situation. I would get rid of the bib as well. I didn't particularly need it. But I love the sleeve here. I love having the trunk as well. And then having the doilies in the hair just kind of added that little bit of extra for me. The accessorization here is so clean. Like, that is the number one thing I would say about Acacia so far. And I've been actually very pleasantly surprised and impressed with Acacia so far, is that everything she's done has been so clean and polished and well executed. It may not be everyone's taste. Not every look is going to be everyone's taste, but everything she's presented so far has been clean, concise, polished, not the most extravagant, garments in the world, but very well presented. And
And it makes
I've been
sense
really,
for
really
her. Like
impressed.
it represents,
Yeah.
like if you think about like, if you just hear like, oh, I'm a drag queen. There's like a country western kind of style. Like this says that to me.
Absolutely.
It really reads exactly the way that she
Like, she
wants
could
to.
walk
So
she could walk on stage right now and perform like best of Dolly Parton. Like, she could perform best of like Tanya Tucker. Like, I see that. I see that
yeah.
for her. And like, her aesthetic is so clear. And I really, really appreciate that from her. So
Also,
overall,
this is
I
the
like it.
first time that I think we see the thing that she did with the hair. I've never seen that on Drag Race before. That
Oh, adding the
specifically, like,
doily in? Yeah, I
yep,
don't think we have either.
that was
I
my
really
favorite
appreciate
part
it.
of this look. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that
I
because I
think
know that hair
it's a
is like
great
her
look.
main thing, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Work.
Scores.
Um, just because it's not my particular taste, it's still well done, but it's 76.
I gave her an 85.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love that for her and for you.
definitely. And I love this on Onya Nurve.
Mm-hmm. And she definitely can get on my nerves from time to time, but I still live for Miss Anya. This is so good. The hair with with the head wrap is so beautiful. I love the little the thing on the eyebrow. I don't know, like the little whiteout on the eyebrow, so it kind of
Yeah,
looks like
she does this like
scratch.
kind of
The
slash, and
little
it reminds me of it's a similar kind of aesthetic signature to Octavia
yes, and Anitra as well. She had like the
and
little eyebrow
Anitra.
thing as well.
Yeah,
But Anya
it's
is
that little
doing
thing.
on both, and
Yeah,
I remember Anitra was just one usually, and I liked that she did it on both, and it worked for this look because she didn't do it last
yeah.
week. I feel like I
Mhm,
like that she's changing small things on her makeup to go with each category.
mhm,
That is an attention to detail that I really appreciate. I love especially the patterns of this, and the color combination is so pretty. Um, the one thing that to me, maybe it's the fabric, the black fabric that she chose is not strong enough, but it was
mhm,
bunching a little bit in the like the because
mhm.
the quilt is heavy, so like from the waist down, it felt and looked a little heavy. um I think because of the black fabric. And this is not on her, it's not her fault, but the black fabric does not read well on the runway. So I would love to see what she posts on her Instagram later to see if there's a different background so I can appreciate this more, because unfortunately we lose a lot with all of this black, you know. But yeah,
Yes,
other than yeah,
it's a very lovely beige background for the photo shoot
okay,
that she did
good.
um on Instagram.
I
Yeah,
mean, I don't like beige, but it's gonna do this dress wonders. So
yeah.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Anya talking in the episode and on Instagram as well, talking about the history of African American women in quilting. And I
Hmm.
think that's it's such an important message to share. And I again, I am always going to really, really appreciate a queen that comes on the show and is just so unapologetically black with their drag. Like I don't know that experience, so I love seeing that experience manifested through drag. And everyone that's done it has been so different about it. And I really, really, really appreciate everything Anya's doing on this season. This look for me is absolutely incredible. This photo does not do her any justice because obviously the stage is, and I'm not going to judge it by this photo. I'm going to judge it by what I remember and what I see on Instagram.
And she sold
But
it. The way that she presented, work.
if there is one thing Miss Onya Nurve is going to do, she is going to present. She is going
Hmm.
to sell the garment.
Hmm.
She's going to sell the experience, the Onya Nurve experience. And she
Yes.
gave that to me here. Her shape in this is so beautiful. The kente cloth wrapping all around her body is so good. The head wrap is beautiful. The makeup is stunning. All of this worked beautifully for
The
me.
one big ring, like, ugh.
The one, the
Hmm.
accessory, it's simplicity done at its absolute finest.
It's simple but maximalist at the same time, because like it's a lot, but also
Exactly.
like it's it's so good. It's so good. She's
Scores.
doing it for me. I was not expecting to be this impressed by Miss Anya. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I gave Anya a 93 as well.
I gave her a 91. Next up, Lexi Love. And I would
The
be remiss if I didn't point out that this look was made by our dear sweet icon, Utica.
the way I knew immediately when she came out was like, oh, that's Utica. I was like, I
It's
clocked
so
immediately,
Utica.
immediately. Very. Um, this is so good. But the one thing for me is I literally like I'm annoyed at myself sometimes with the way that I think. But like to me, if the category is quilted, the main feature of your outfit should be the quilt. You know what I mean? So like as
Yeah.
much as this is a very good look and it is quilted, it's not if I saw this and I had to guess what the runway was, I would say diamonds, sparkle, whatever, like anything like that. Opulence even. Um
Mhm.
because the quilt is not the main feature. But literally That is the only negative that I have to say about this because it's great. I love especially the huge hat and the one like it's not a bracelet like but the one thing that is on her wrist. Like and the fact that it's
The
just
wrist
one.
cuff, yeah.
Yeah, that. It's and then the boots, it's so good. The fact that there's a stone in each seam of the quilt, I gag. Well
Yeah.
done, Utica and Miss Lexi. I mean,
This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I
mhm.
love this look. I love this look. It's different for Lexi too, and I appreciate we're seeing kind of a bit of a darker edge from Lexi. I really, really appreciate that. This hat is so stupid. The entire garment is so good. Yes, I wish there was a bit more quilting. There's enough of it in like the skirt situation for me to be like, all right, fine,
No,
we're
the
good.
skirt is all quilted. It's just that I think it's
Yeah,
just because it's black, so we can't really
yeah.
see that much. But it is.
And then you've got that coupled with all of the fishnet happening, like literally head to toe fishnet. And I really, really appreciate that contrast as well. The glove is great. The arm cuff is great. All of it's just wonderful.
I mean, she knows what she's doing.
Yes, God.
Honestly, I'm really excited to see at the end of the season like what her full package is gonna look like. Oh my
Right.
god.
I'm thrilled.
I
I'm
want
thrilled.
her to make like a book or a movie or like something with this package.
Definitely.
Please. Physical media,
Definitely.
please.
Yes, please. Scores.
Hmm With all of that being said, it was still my favorite look of the night. I gave it a 94.
97.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And last up, Kori King.
Her sisters did her so dirty because
I know.
look, I
Plain.
actually what the look, I I don't hate this though. I actually really, really like the actual quilting of it. Like the mix of fabrics is so beautiful. I love the choice of the fabrics for this. Um and I love that also like on the train there's a little like the little trim that was around the train also gave it like movement and like that extra detail to it that I really enjoyed. It was just when she turned and that train like didn't really work with her and it was like bunching and all that. I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. Because it on the still, like in a picture, it looks great, I think. Um I do wish that we didn't see like the full I wish the panty was not black. I wish it was like the same fabric so it gave the illusion that it was kind of like a one thing. Um, I love the idea of the hat, but the hat is so small that it looks dumb on her head. Honestly,
Mhm.
the hat I love the hat. It needed to be bigger or like taller, like Anya had last week. That would have elevated it so much.
Yeah.
Um, the one thing about this look that makes me so mad is this shoe. I hate the shoes. The
Yeah.
shoes. Because I used to have those shoes. Those were my club partying shoes, and they are good for that. For
Fair.
this, mama, throw it away. I can't. I'm mad at the shoes for real.
Yeah. There's a lot about this that I do like. I like the silhouette that's going on here. I love the fabric choice. I think the fabric choice is so good.
Yeah.
I like having the two straps coming down over the breasts. I think that it's a silhouette that works very well for Kori, and she has obviously a great body. She has the best body of the season, in my opinion. Um,
And it
the
all
the
matches. Like the bib and the leg, like all. That's hard.
I wish I will say actually, I wish that the titty bib had a little bit of makeup on it, just because it's a bit of a cooler shade of brown as opposed to her actual skin and the tights that we're getting.
Mhm.
So I do wish there was a little bit of that going on. I did notice the breastplate line as well in the back when she turned
In the
around, and you
back.
got the corset situation. I wish that was covered somehow. I kind of wish that the two straps she has coming down the front kind of came down the back, and we did kind of the train in that way, because I actually think the train would have flowed a lot better. in that way. I do think Plain Jane sabotaged her. This feels like Miss Fierce Delicious sabotage to me.
Sabotage.
And then yeah, I wish the hat was different.
Like in this picture, her head looks so small compared to her breast.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
It's so
there's a lot of there's some fit issues, there's some execution issues. It's not the best garment for Kori, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Scores.
73.
77. Well, that is that on that for this here occasion. Thank you for joining us for this look over here episode for season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like I said, make sure to check out our episode recap where we talked all about the challenge. Don't forget the Ella on your way out. Subscribe, like, share, check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug. With all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So, cheers!
Cheers. I'm forgetting.
And don't forget the Ella.